In this short video, I will explain how to make your own study map from the template provided on the website. Underneath this video, you will see a PDF copy for the study maps when you're making them from scratch. You'll see that in the middle of the study map, I outline the disease pathophysiology, followed by the symptoms, assessment, diagnosis, and expected interventions. These interventions include pharmacological, nursing, and education. In order to make your own study maps, you can either print off this template. Be aware that it is in a legal size document, so you'll need legal size paper when you do print it off. Or you can take your own paper and use these headings and write them down yourself. Now, as I described before, study mapping is for disease pathologies that you don't know at all or that you've never seen in practice. So you take something that is quite complex. And when you're making your notes, you make your notes onto this one page instead of having pages and pages of notes that you have to attempt to memorize. So you start by having a basic description of the pathophysiology of the disease condition. So for example, if you were looking at type 2 diabetes, you would put into simple terms what's happening in that process. Underneath patho, you would list the symptoms of that disease condition. Symptoms become very important for the NCLEX because they give you a hint as towards different types of pathologies that you may see, because if you can group symptoms, you can often label the pathology. And they also will give you an idea of what you're looking for in your assessment. So on this side for assessment, I have just the different systems moving down, looking at vital signs, neuro, cardiac, renal, respiratory, GI, endocrine, etc. as you move down. Basically with assessment, you don't necessarily have to do it into systems, but you should write what you would assess for that client with that particular type of disease condition. Then for diagnoses, I use medical diagnoses. So for example, with type 2 diabetes, you would list different tests. So for example, hemoglobin A1C, you look at fasting blood glucose, random blood glucose, any kinds of tests that would point towards diagnosis. And that will help you to understand that difficult content that can come up in the reduction of risk potential client need area. And then most importantly on this side is your expected interventions. So you list your pharmacology related to the disease condition. I recommend that you just list the drug classes and that you spend time researching one prototype drug for each drug class, and that you're able to explain how each drug class is working towards treating or alleviating symptoms of the disease condition. Nursing interventions are typically around what a nurse would do in terms of supportive or curative care, and then lastly, client education around the management of the condition itself. So you'll find that right now I'm creating new maps that are a little bit more detailed and pre-made for you on this website, but until I can get those maps all up, for those conditions that you need to review, you can make your own maps using this template. Please contact me at marnie@rnstudyguides.ca if you have any questions.